Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Supercharged Manifesting. I'm Tasha Chen, and I join you here every Monday morning. All of you that pop on, we call it spiritual coffee, and we talk about manifesting. This morning, those of you that are part of my tribe, my family, you jump on every morning. Thanks for the loves every Monday morning just to be inspired. I, as you know, am back from a week of vacation and so excited to be sharing with all of you this morning. And I'm going to be talking about something very unconventional, right? So today we're going to be talking about, or I'm going to be sharing with you how to ask for help to take care of you and reconnect with your soul. Now, I know, you jump on every Monday morning and usually we talk about manifesting as it relates to your business. And that's why this is totally so unconventional, right? But get ready because it's all going to make sense in a few minutes. For those of you that have never met me before, you've never joined, you're probably just seeing this in your new feed and jumping on. My name is Tasha Chen, and I am a master science of getting rich coach. And the work that I do is I work with entrepreneurs to show them what we call the easy and relaxed way to create wealth and success in their business. I've been an entrepreneur for, gosh, way too long. But I've owned several businesses. I've done it the hard way, and by hard, I mean hard. I've done it the guaranteed, like franchise business way. I've tried it all. I'm a serial entrepreneur. And the thing that I've learned in the process is I really sat back and asked myself, if I'm going to create this business that fuels my life, what does success really look like for me? And once I defined that, I went about attracting a kind of business that would fuel my new definition of success, right? So now, having learned that, I teach people all over the world how to do the same thing. And it was interesting because while I was on vacation, the first part of my vacation, I was staying at a fishing lodge. And so there were all these wealthy guys, they come down and they go just to go fishing. And, we would strike up a conversation on one of the tours that we would do. No, I don't fish. Just in case you get all excited, those of you fisher people out there. But what I did do was a lot, several tours. And so I was going zip lining, as you saw, and I was, in this bus with all these construction company owners and lawyers and a manufacturing company guy, and they asked me what I did. And I said, I work with entrepreneurs and I help them to create success and wealth in their business. And immediately, in true guy fashion, they all started saying, oh, so you do business plans, or you do, and I could see they were trying so hard to wrap their heads around the strategy that I use. And I could, I just looked at them and laughed. I was like, I've been there. I know that you are thinking that what I do is help people work harder. What I do is actually help people learn how to think, how to act, and really how to be. And so for the past couple of weeks, we've been talking about asking from a very strategic kind of way, right? This week, I want to talk about asking from the being aspect. Of course, they got a lot interested when I said, and the work that I've done has created now 37 million, and that's just what's documented, right, in our community. That's just the number that people have told me, and we've kind of tallied, and we're up to 37.5 million. So they're like, wow, there's something to this, And the more I talked and asked, do you love what you do? Are you happy? Are you enjoying life? Is this what you would do? I could just see the weight on them, I mean, they were on vacation and they were happy to be, but they were where I was 7, 8, 9 years ago. So they were very interested by the end of our trip, and they just could not believe that it really was so easy. So this morning, I want to tell you that usually I have a ton of stuff prepared. I have all these notes ready to share with you. And while I was away, I thought, what do I want to talk about? For the last 3 weeks, we've been talking about asking as a part of manifesting, like asking for what you want. And we talked the first week about asking the universe, right? You remember my jar with my coins. And I talked about how you can ask the universe for things that are larger than life, that you can't understand how it's going to happen. And so my jar example was, I want to 5 times my income in the next year. And so I said, I'm going to have this jar on my desk that I put coins that I find, and it was 5 times the size of the amount of coins I have today. So it represented the money, the business, the results, the whatever that I have today. And I was energetically demonstrating, creating the space to receive 5 times that, right? So that was one way. And then last week we shared Amber's story, who I encouraged all of you to do like she did and go ask other people for what you want. Now, I gotta tell you, one of the things about being on vacation with technology is I could read all your posts. People were texting and messaging and emailing me and commenting to share that they really just went out and started asking people for what they want, and magic started happening last week. I know, Eileen, I saw that you posted that you went and asked someone for, you said, I think you posted that in the last day or two, that you asked someone for what you wanted and they said yes. And you were so excited. And Aline, I think that's how you say your name. It starts with an A, right? You posted that you wanted to create a certain amount of money, and you realized that you were going to have to ask other people to either purchase your services or offer them new services or new products, and you just did it. You had in mind that you were going to ask 3 people, and you got some results, and just all the messages like those, I just sat back and I smiled, and it made me so happy, because that's the truth. This really is about asking. And so today, I don't have any notes. I don't have any major thing prepared other than what's on my heart, what I learned this week from myself while I was on vacation, what I know intuitively, I do know. And as I preach and teach, if you would, you know, this is the underlying current of my message. It's just that, like all of you, sometimes I get caught up, you know, I get caught up in the doing and the being busy and the all of it. And I forget that, wait a minute, like stop, halt. It's not meant to be this difficult, right? And so I want to talk to you about asking for help to take care of you so that you can reconnect with your soul. So now when we talk about creating business results, that might seem like way out there in left field. Like, what do you mean asking to take care of me? Like, I come on here so I can hear tips, you know, for manifesting money and manifesting clients and allowing my business to grow. And I want to tell you, I want to remind you, like I had to be reminded this week, that you are the #1 asset in your business. You are the #1 asset in your business. I am the #1 asset in my business. And just like if you had a physical asset in your business, like a building or a vehicle or a machine, right? Like I went on a coffee tour and I saw their machines. They've had the same machines on this mill, this coffee mill, for over 100 years. They closed the factory down for a month just to take care of the machines, right? And it's the same thing with us. Like if we are the #1 asset in our business, then a big part of taking care of your business is taking care of your asset, taking care of you, right? And so I want to encourage you that this might sound unconventional, but the thing is, there comes a time when you have to take care of the business of nurturing your soul, nurturing you. And it's I know, I want you to just kind of slow down and go with me, because here's when I got this message loud and clear. So I'm on vacation, I'm gone for 7 days, and after 3 or 4 days, I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like, nobody can just sit for 4 days and do nothing. I mean, you can only check Facebook so much and email and respond to text. Like, I gotta be doing something, you know? And so I sat down one morning, I had my coffee, and I sat down, and I plugged in my laptop. And as soon as I plugged it in, it just got really hot. But I went anyway, and I kept trying to watch a webinar. and it would not work. It just would not work. And I remember being so frustrated because I can see I have internet connection. I can see the webinar starting. I can see it beginning, and then it would just stop and start psychoing, you know, and not going. And I remember just getting frustrated and just sitting back like this, you know, with my, like, exasperated, like, come on. And as I sat back, I looked up above the computer, and there was a toucan, right? Now, I've taken my kids to the zoo. I've done all kinds of things for them to see these exotic birds. And literally, there it was, like walking distance. I could literally just take a few steps over, touch it, stand there, look at it. This beautiful bird, just right there for me to see and enjoy. And then it just flittered away over to the water fountain right next to it. And it just perched there and just drank water, you know, and it was totally happy sitting there doing nothing. Like, that was his job. That was its job, right? And it made me realize, like, I sat back and I sat there for literally a half an hour just looking at this bird. And finally I got the message, like, Tasha, this time is for you to take care of you. Now, in the work that I do, I serve people. So I'm constantly putting out energy. And I'm sure whether you serve people or you have a product, you are constantly working and doing for your business and for success. So I know it's the same thing, right? Whether we're in the same line of work or not, it is the same thing. And so but if you are the number one asset, like, there is no business without you, whether the business is a product or a service. There is no your business without you at the helm. You are the number one asset in your business. And so taking care of you is important too. So when you talk about manifesting success, which is what we talk about all the time, I want you to realize that to manifest anything, you got to have a great base to start, right? There is no point in me asking for more clients, more money, more business, more expansion, if I can't handle it, because I am not taking care of myself. I'm exhausted. I'm overwhelmed. I'm working too hard. I have no love to give because honestly, I'm dry. I'm empty, you know? So I want you guys to start looking at that. And so this morning, I woke up and I laid in bed, and, you know, sometimes, like I said, I have stuff prepared, but this morning I was like, I don't really know what to say, because kind of changing things up on me here, God. Like, what do you want me to talk about, you know? And literally, these are the moments where I hear a message. And the message for you and for me was, please remind them, please remind yourself, right, yourselves, all of you, all of us collectively, right, that taking care of you allows God and the universe to do for us, to create for us. When we stop and pause and we go back to taking care, we create space. Like, there's space there for magic to happen, right? So I want you to stop, and the message was, stop trying so hard. Now, there's a difference between working hard and trying hard, and I want you to hear the difference. Trying hard means it's you, it's me, like, we are caught in the cycle of just like trying to make it happen, work, trying to make it. And you know the energy of trying. It's like, I gotta figure out a way to make this work, right? And so the message was, quit trying so hard. Stop for a moment. Take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves so that the space is allowed. There's space there that allows God and the universe to create magic for all of us. Now, that magic can be that you get an inspiration. Oh my God, I got a book. I got my book written with like all the chapters. I got blog content. I got a product. I got a retreat. I got so many things while I was not working. So many work things while I was not working, because I literally stopped and the space was created for me to hear and download and just be. And I didn't, you know, go sit at my computer and start writing the book. I had a journal, and as the ideas came, I wrote them. I had my phone and I wrote them. One day you saw I shared that I was sitting there watching the owner of the resort paint, and how it spoke to me, and I wrote this like thing. I don't know if you call that a blog or what, but I just wrote it, and so many people said, oh my God, Tasha, you touched a poured in me. And I thought, look at that. I got the most profound message just sitting here doing nothing. What if taking care of you, giving yourself the chance and the space to reconnect to your soul was the very next thing that your business needed? What if the thing you're trying so hard to figure out, what do you need to do? What do you need to create? What if it was that you just stopped and took care of yourself? So I know, hopefully this has inspired you to realize how powerful that is. Today, I'm going to actually look at your comments while I'm on before I jump off, because I want to see, and I want you to share like what this is, you know, what insights you're getting from this, how this is resonating. And of course, you know, I'm going to share with you a tip on how to journal to create this thing, how to journal to ask. Because my intention today was I was going to do this whole thing about asking through journaling, like how to write out what you want to ask for. And I'm telling you, the power of journaling is incredible. I've had clients create a $5.1 million contract just by journaling about it. I have one of my clients, a couple right now, they're in Israel because the wife who was in my program, she journaled about traveling with her husband, you know, and being able to spend quality time traveling. And they've been traveling all year since she did our course, and now they're in Israel renewing their vows. If you're watching, Angie, hey, and Sean, mwah, love to you guys. I love watching your trip, knowing that, you know, just by writing about what you wanted was a big part of creating it. So my intention had been to teach you all how to ask by journaling. And so to honor that, I still am going to share an example of how to ask for help to take care of you and reconnect to your soul by journaling. I'm still going to share just an example. That's as much time as I have to do it today, so that you can be inspired to go do it yourselves. But really this week I want to know, how are you going to take care of yourself? How are you going to, you don't need to go on a 7-day vacation to do it, you know, there are lots of things. I'm going to read the journal entry that I wrote literally 2 minutes before I jumped on, so that you can see some of the ideas, right? But then I'm going to look at your comments here to see some of the things that you have to say that are coming up, the realizations that you have. You know, are you recognizing that things are not happening because you're so wound up, like you've not created any space for stuff to happen, right? You've not been taking care of yourself